So, welcome back to my channel. And because I've been saying this for the longest time now, we are going to do a walkthrough of my Notion planner. And if you have never heard of Notion before, well, you are in for a treat. I love it and I use it for almost everything. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do is download Notion. And what I love about Notion is that it's actually free. So you can actually go to their website, notion.so, and you're going to see here all of the different uh, templates that they have. But most importantly, it's completely free. So you'll want to hit on over to the download section. They have it for the iPhone, Android, and also Mac and Windows. I love it. So this is what I did. Now, to get started with Notion, you actually start with a blank template. But as I mentioned, there are different types of templates that are available here. So let's see, to the product and template gallery. Now, there are some that you may need to pay for, but there are many that are completely free. What I have done and what I've loved doing because I'm able to just edit them, I actually buy different templates on Etsy that I feel will be useful for me or especially productive. And so that is definitely an option that you have. But like I mentioned, they have several templates here and you can even browse by different categories. So if I'm in the education field, I can actually come over here and download the templates that they have. As I mentioned, some are for purchase, like this one, but you can actually look at the template, check it out, see if this is something that you want. This is all on Notion, y'all, so definitely check it out. But today I'm going to go over my routine as a data analyst, and this is mostly my personal routine when it comes to Notion. I have several templates here. Okay. So if you log on to Notion, once you download everything, you might actually be on the desktop version, the browser version first. I downloaded it on my Mac, and so this is how I'm able to have this here. But you can see the different ones that I have, even some that I have shared with other users. It is completely free, as I mentioned. So if you wanted to have more capabilities, you can actually purchase the subscription and you can have more capabilities if you're trying to do like with the workspace or with the team. For the most part, the ones that I have shared, the other user is also able to go inside my Notion planner and edit the information that is on there. So I don't actually struggle with any of that. They don't have to purchase anything, as I mentioned, free. And they still have a lot of capabilities, even though they do have the free version. So I do have several here that I actually created on Etsy and that you can purchase today, but I'm going to go over the one that I purchased from a different user, and this is the Life Planner. So what I do is I come here to my hub and you can see here that it has this amazing homepage and the top links here, and it takes me to each section that it has. So I actually don't use every single section of this life planner, but there are certain sections that I do count on. So notification section, tracker update. So if you were using everything, then you were able to see like, your fitness, you haven't recorded your weight today and different things like that. And so again, there's like a little cute ID card. My agenda calendar is actually the most important thing to me. As you know, I complement this with my A5 planner. If you have the um if you're on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I have my Plan With Me series. I use my A5 planner specifically for work planning And it's mostly like an overview of my work planning, home planning, and personal planning. And that includes my side projects that I have as a web designer. And so, yeah, this is where I actually add more information and where I do a little bit of my habit tracking. On my A5 planner, you'll see that I have like an AM routine and PM routine, but this is where I actually add in specifically what I do during that routine. So let's get into it. I don't have anything for today's agenda, and to be honest, I don't actually use the agenda as much as I should. Because I use my A5 planner, this section honestly is irrelevant to me, and I probably should remove this, but I left it there in case if I ever want to come back to it. But the task is something that I like to add. So, if I know that there are certain tasks that I added on my A5 planner, I'll just come over here and emphasize that, plus add more information. So, I'm clicking on new, opening this in the side peek. And what I love about this is that it already has a template page, so I don't have to actually come here and start typing. I can just click on this add subtask and it automatically makes everything look pretty, but it also adds different information here at the bottom. So you'll see that you can create different template pages and you don't have to start from scratch every time. So I'm just going to add in some of the tasks that I have here for my home and personal. So I need to contact. So I'm going to set this as high. And then I'll just add a description here of what I need to do. If I had more sub tasks that I needed to do with this main task, then I can actually add this on the bottom. I don't use this, but this would be great for anyone who does a lot of project management or there's specific steps that you need to complete before you actually get to this main task. This would actually be great if you were working like on a team or if you were using this during a workspace. You can add the main task on the top and then add different subtasks. Plus, you can even add different columns that would be like who's in charge of that subtask and things like that. So, let me just finish adding my notes here. So I need a okay. So I'm adding here just a quick note. Um, we have our truck in um, the shop, and so I'm just wanting to add in a note here to remind me that I need to contact Keith from Geico since we added a claim. And also, I want to check the claim on Geico website and see. So these are the two things that I want to do for this task. Again, if I wanted to, I could have added these as subtasks, but I just like using the description. This is just easiest for me. So this one is done. And you'll see here that I have my main task. And once I complete it, I'll actually just click on this check mark, checkbox. And once I check mark it, it will actually disappear from my today's task. And you'll see here that there's actually different views for this little database. And that's what's so cool about Notion. Each one of these things are different databases. So this is the agenda database and this is a task database. So we have here pending, but I can actually go and click on the ones that I've completed. So if I click on the ones completed, it'll show me everything here that I have. So let's add here. And again, there's different filters that you can add. So because we have like due today, I haven't completed anything for today. So that's why we are not seeing anything on that. Hide this. Okay. I'm going to just finish adding here the different subtasks. So one thing that I also want to point out here, especially with this example of my task, I have to go pick up Easter supplies at Dollar General. I know, super random, but there's a couple of things that I need to pick up. Because this actually copies over to the uh my phone, because I actually do have Notion downloaded on my phone, I can actually click on this task on my phone and check to see what I need to get. So what I'm going to do here is actually create um, a to-do list so that when I'm at Dollar General, I don't forget when I what I need to buy. So what I did was, and it'll tell you here like these little commands, but you would want to go ahead and press the backslash, and you have different blocks here that are available for your page. If I wanted to add a heading, I can do that. If I wanted to add a table, or even if I wanted to add a file or a database with different views. So, and then they also added in, this is new, the AI blocks, and this is actually really cool. I recommend using these because they are awesome. But definitely check to see what is useful for you, what is productive for you, especially in this case that I know I need to be more productive when I head on over to the store. I'm just going to come up here and add in the different things that I need to get. So I'm going to get toys for gift bags, and then Easter baskets, uh, and I think that's it. But so what I'll do on my phone is I'll click on this task, and then once I get something, it'll just, I'll click those and it won't remove, but it will scratch that off, so that's amazing. So this is what I have for today. Current projects, I actually don't add my projects here, especially not for work, because I do actually have my own Notion work project planner that I use and share with my manager, so I don't do that here. But I have had projects in the past, and I don't think I can show the past ones here. Okay, not to do complete, yeah. And I'll show you some of what I had there so that you can see that. And then I do also have my habit tracking here. Now, what I tend to do on my homepage, I just add in my today's tasks, and what I'll actually do is head on over to my plan page. So I'll click on the plan, and these are all different sections within Notion that were created. And again, we have the different agenda that I do not use because I have my A5 planner, but I head on over down to the agenda calendar for my blog. And so this is where I'll actually add in more content for my blog. And you'll see here that I have my March open. And so these are some of the things that I added on my blog for March. I'm going to head on over here to April because I have not planned April, but I'm going to add what I have here. So I use and actually I created this template page, but I'm gonna blog title. And so I'm just planning here what I want to do for my blog. This is a YouTube video that I'm doing, so I'll do that. And then for today, obviously, we have our Notion video, which is also YouTube. And then I actually want to give an update on uh my dashboard that I made for Goodreads, a March recap. And so this is actually so I don't think I have here, but let me add in Looker Studio. So do you see here how I did not have the option for content type? I just had Power BI or Tableau, but I can just create one by typing it in, and then it'll say create. So I'll click on that. Now I have it here. Haven't started on it. And actually, let me go back to this one because this one I did complete. And actually, this one is in progress. That's the video we're doing right now. So that's what I'm adding here. And then I want to create a new Notion template on Saturday. So I'm going to do that here. And even though it says blog title, I still use it to just add in the title because it has this icon. But I'm going to put, or actually, Notion template. So I'm creating a Notion template here. Oops. Notion. So I work in the talent, educational talent industry. So I want to create a recruiter tactical that I designed. And actually, I'm going to do another one here next Saturday because there is a recruiter dashboard that I want to create for others. So I'm going to add that here as well. And so you'll see here that I have my content calendar. What's so amazing is that you can actually create different views here. I don't because I don't necessarily need that, but you could technically add the plus button and create a new view. And then you'll see everything here that's been created for the content. You can even change the view type. So if I come here on the plus button, you'll see here that I have layout. I can do a board. Now, you know, group by content type. No, I wanted group by, I don't know, status. And then, you'll see here. So definitely there are many ways that you can use Notion. Obviously, choose the one that is more useful to you, more productive. And that's something I like to mention all the time. Just confirm that it's productive for you. So I'm going to finish here my planning for April, so bear with me. Okay, so now that I have that done, I am going to head on over to my habit tracking. So the next thing that I do here is I look over my content calendar, what I need to do for today, what I need to post on my blog, things like that. And then I'll head on over back to my home page and actually I could have clicked on productivity, but I'm going to go back to my home page, go to productivity. And obviously now here I can see my today task, overdue task. Oh, I didn't check that one off. So I'm going to just click on it so that it can be done and be removed from here. And here on my trackers, I have my habit tracker. So I'm going to click on that. I have here my routine, what I do, and this is my habit tracking that I do for my morning and my day. So wake up early, and I actually have times here as a reference of when I should be doing this, But sometimes I don't keep that because I don't like waking up in the morning. So we have but I did wake up early today. Make bed. I haven't worked out. Skincare routine. Yes, at breakfast, A5 planning, and I packed my toddler's breakfast and then posted content for FFCH. I haven't read my Bible, but I will do that during lunch. And then this is what I do in the evening. I have to feed my farm animals, take some medications for my health. And then throughout the day, I'll just come back here whenever I have a break and start adding some of the things that I have to do here. So I already drank coffee. I've already walked for 15 minutes. I will eventually do my treadmill and work at the same time. And for sure, I'm not spending any money today. Um, Especially if it's not something that's not a necessity. So even though I will go to Dollar General, all of that has been budgeted and I won't be spending any money as far as outside of my budget. So I wanted to clarify that. And I do have a limit social media to 30 minutes. I actually have this as a setting on my phone as well. So I don't, uh, you know, worry about this too much. But I do think that it's a great way to also limit and track to see how many times you were able to do that during the week. And then I have these resolutions. My resolutions are not a day to day. So you'll see here that my family game night is on Tuesday. So this will actually be today because I have a church ladies night. We actually won't be doing that. So I'll probably move that for tomorrow. But I have to do Spanish lessons with my toddler. And then I have different things with as a resolution. So these are habit tracking, but not a daily habit tracking, if that makes sense. And so if I wanted to add a reward or goal, I can also do that here. I don't do that. I honestly don't use it, but I am very uh what is it called? I'm trying to find the word, but vigilant, I guess, conscious, probably conscious, but I'm conscious that um, these are my different goals for the day. So this is what I use. Now, again, I don't use a lot of the other things that are here, which is why it's best that you do try to design something on your own so that you don't have to be using, uh, or I, not using, but taking up space on your Notion planner on things that are not necessary. But I do have a vision board here and so I have, different affirmations that I do. I don't do these daily affirmations. I do that within my prayer time. But I do also have here um, what I would like to manifest for the year and some of the things that I have planned. So definitely something that is not stressful because this is something that is positive. It's more like a gratitude journal. And hello, we also have our gratitude journal here. So if I clicked on this, I haven't done anything here, but let me see if I can click on all. It's still loading. Yeah, so I have something here that I wrote when I started doing this. I switched my gratitude journal to an actual pen and paper gratitude journal, which is why I haven't kept up with this. But if that is something that you would like to do, you could also do that, which is, I think, is still great because, as I mentioned, you could do this on your tablet, do it on your phone, whenever you're on the go, and it is pretty awesome. On the organization, I do also have a daily cleaning checklist, which I did not do yesterday, but make the bed. Um, so yes, vacuum floors. I set the Roomba to do that. Uh, and these are all things that I've done for today. So, this is, I always like think that this is, Monday and Tuesday, but this is Sunday. So yes, let me do that instead. Okay, and so I haven't emptied the trash. Sorry, I did empty the trash today. I haven't washed the dishes today. So that'll be one of the daily tracking. And then you can even go more in depth and add this on here weekly cleaning checklist, what you're currently reading. Actually, I don't know who this is. It's just like a fake number that I guess came with this, but I left it there, I think, because in case if I needed something, uh, as an example to go by. But this is what I have. Again, use this to be productive in any area of your life. You also have nutrition, so you can actually add in some of your meals, favorite recipes, grocery list, and wellness, which I was tracking my wellness here, but then I started doing it on my phone. So definitely check to see what is best for you. There's a hydration tracker, you drinking enough water throughout the day. So a lot of things that are on this life planner. Do I use them all? No. And so this is the reason why you need to just tailor to what you are going to use. Now, once I finish this life planner, I'll actually go back to my A5 planner and just check to see what are some of the other things that I forgot to add on my planner, or if I do need to prioritize something over, one task over the other, then I'll also highlight that. I also want to give you a peek into my other planners that I have here. So this is the one that I designed, and you'll see that it's the Ultimate Teacher Planner. So my sister was complaining about her planning and how she doesn't know how to get a little bit more organized. And it's not really that she doesn't know how to get a little bit more organized, but one of the issues that she had was trying to stick with something, with a method or planning method. So I designed this ultimate teacher planner for teachers that are, maybe at a church teaching or education or school, whatever. This will definitely help you. Vision board, I wanted to still add something that would be personal, like a personal touch, but you can go to your planner and add anything on your calendar. And I actually added different templates here. I'm going to go back to when I originally did this. So, teacher PD, you have meeting minutes, who's presenting, what's the agenda. So there are different templates that you have here. So an event, or if you actually have, family, a meeting, personal. And then I also created, I'm going to come back here to the main menu, but the tasks. And so, same thing, I thought it was important that we add in all of the different tasks that we have for your day. And so this has more information, what you need to do. All of this is already a template, so you don't have to do that from scratch. My favorite part of this is the classes and lessons for the week. So when I click on students, I can actually log in every single student that I have for my different periods, and I can actually keep track of their grade book for each student. So you don't necessarily have to use this. I know you have to input them by the systems, but because I wanted to also know who are my students that have low grades, I'll click on by low grades, and it'll filter the or the student that has a low grade. So you'll see here that there's nothing on this one because it'll show all your students, but it'll highlight the ones that have low grades by students, by lessons, or all grades. When I go back here, one of the things that my sister mentioned was a parent log. And so I actually added that also by student. So if I click on this student, I'll have here the date that we contacted them, and you'll even see here that it's linked to my student list. So if I click on that student, I'll actually be able to see all of the different parent logs that was done for that student. So if I come here, click on Brittany, I'll see here that I have two backlinks. And when I click on that backlink, um, it's because it'll show you like, hey, you also have linked the parent log and the gradebook. But parent log is down here. So you'll see here that you can see all of the different logs. This I wonder why this one is showing up. But oh, it's because I have a filter to all costs. So yeah, if you wanted a filter for your student, it'll just be here you go. Now I can only see my student. And do you see how I'm on my student list and also looking at the parent log? So yeah, super useful. Again, classes, all of these lessons and exams are also um, related to your lesson plan. So this is the lesson plan. I'm going to click on this one. Learning objectives, opportunities, design, what are we doing? And then I can also add here to which periods am I going to be teaching on, for what school year, that's super important, and also what's the status of this lesson. And then I can also have a list of my classes. I can obviously rename this to like, math, I don't know, statistics, calculus, and it'll give me all of these. Oh, here you go. We have the class name, but you could rename this to be your class name as well, and for what school year. So this is the a sneak peek of the Ultimate Teacher Planner. So I mean, there's just so many ways that you can really use Notion, and I really recommend that you download and just, start getting into it, getting comfortable with the different ways that you can try to organize and be productive in your everyday life or even at your work. So, good luck, and that is all that I have for you today. Thanks for joining.